Confirm the audio. Am I audible, everyone? So today we will be doing questions from mixed topics of quant. One by one, we will go through all the concepts through the questions. So let's start with the first one. It's a 4 hours long workshop. So I hope all of you are mentally prepared for that. Are you? Here comes the first question. Xavier, I'm good. You guys have 3 minutes to solve this question. Two lumps having mixture of gold and silver together weighs 20 kilograms. One lump contains 75% gold and 31.25 grams silver per kg. Another lump contains 85% gold and 30 grams silver per kg. Total weight of silver in two lumps is 617.5 grams. If two lumps are melted to form one, then percentage of gold in it will be how much? हाँ, रिकॉर्डिंग इसकी ऑटोमेटिकली यूट्यूब पे अपलोड हो जाएगी आफ्टर द सेशन इज ओवर. यश. Okay, so how you guys did that? There are various ways. One is forming equations, but we'll do something which is quicker and cooler. That is alligation. How many of you used alligation for this? So as you can see, total weight of silver is given as 617.5 grams, and overall, this the total weight was basically 20 kilograms. All right. So what we can do? Can we calculate silver per kilogram? Per kilogram? That is possible. Per kilogram. 617.5, if I divide this by 20, I'll get silver per kilogram. That will be equal to how much? 30875 the point. Yeah, right? This is the amount of silver. 30.875 gram of silver is there in 1 kilogram of this. Okay, is that clear? Understood? Is the audio fine for everyone? Is that understood, everyone? So now, by using alligation, so in the first lump, the silver was 31.25 grams, and in the second lump, it was 30, and 30.875 I'll put here. I'll use alligation. All right. If I subtract, I'll get 0.875 over here. All right. And this will be 0.1. How much? 175. Is that right? Zero point 375, right? Okay. So ratio, if you cancel it out, you will get 7:3, isn't it? So the ratio is 7:3. I hope that is fine to all of you. Cool. So now the ratio is 7:3 of the two lumps. I hope it is clear to everyone. The ratio is 7:3, and we have to find the gold in terms of percentage. So we don't really have to calculate the weight of gold. We'll find in terms of percentage. How? Because the ratio 7:3. In the first lump it is 75% gold, in second it is 85% gold. So 7 multiplied by 75 plus 3 multiplied by 85 whole upon 7 plus 3 will be our answer. Right? So this is basically a shortcut technique in which we don't have to use any kind of equations or anything, and we can get the value correctly. So if you solve it, how much do you get? 779.25 plus 24, 255 whole upon 10. If you add them, you'll get 80 upon 10, that is 78. So answer is 78%. Okay, so how many of you solve it this way? This is the perfect way. And through this, we will be, after reading the question, so let us say that we read the question in 30 seconds, and if we use this way, will take not more than 30 seconds. So overall, we'll be solving this question in 1 minute. But if we take the equations, we might be spending 2 minutes in solving. Clear? All of you? Perfect. Now, in CAT, there are certain things which can be solved through options, if not a shortcut technique. This is a shortcut, of course, allegation is shortcut. But I would like to, weighted average, Tushar, it's the same as allegation only. When I read this, can I say that this question can be solved in real time, that means in 0 seconds, 1 or 2 seconds? मानोगे इस बात को? शायद ना मानो. But the first lump contains 25% gold, second contains 85% gold. That mixture would contain something in between 75 to 85%, isn't it? So this is something which our mind should automatically understand. Right? And if there is an option like that, we'll just mark that. And we are lucky enough to have only one such option, and this is how we get the answer. How cool is that? मजा आ गया? Akash, that was gram silver in gram per kilogram of the lump. इसलिए ऐसे किया. Okay, let us go to the second question. So I thought that's not tukkebasi. That's a proper calculated answer. एलिगेशन में होता यही है ना, 75 85 के बीच में अगर है तो ठीक है, नहीं है तो फिर तो पहला मेरिट था ही हमारे पास. Alright, let's do the second one now. Of the two lumps. इसको बहुत इजीली कर लेंगे हम इस क्वेश्चन को, राइट? सी, सो लेट द प्रीवियस सैलरी बी 100 रुपीज. ओके, previous salary was, let it be 100 rupees, and the family used to spend 20%, you know, initially. That means, so if this is the salary and this is the expense, so initially it was 100 rupees, the salary 100 rupees, and the expense was 20 rupees. All right. Total cost of household items has gone up by 20%. 20% of 20 is 4, so now it is 24. And salary has increased by 10%, as 110. That is the new salary. Cool. As simple as that. So how much are they spending? 24 upon 110 multiplied by 100. This is basically to this question is a concept booster, just to tell you how to calculate the percentages. So I hope that is clear to all of you. 21 9 by 11 is the correct answer. No prizes for guessing here. Coming to next question. So basically the way I solved it, that was not a question which will come in CAT like that, but I gave you a method through which you can save a lot of time without writing much. In 2001, production of cotton was 1,000 tons, which was 1/4 of total grain production. Let this be cotton. So 1,000 tons, 25% is 1/4. Total will be 4,000. That is easy, right? Next year, production of cotton decreased by 4%. 4% of 1,000 is 40. I subtract that, 960 is the new cotton production. All right, and as a percentage of total grain production, it has increased by 5 percentage points. Increased by 5 percentage points. So now this will be 30% of total, isn't it? Initially it was 25%. Now it is 30%. So if 30% is 960, 100% will be 3,200, isn't it? How do I know that? Directly, because 30 corresponds to 960. How? 3 times 32 is 96. So 100 times 32 is 3,200. We don't have to do much of calculation over there. Option 4 is correct. Clear? I hope this is how you guys are solving. 3 32s are 96. So 100 32s are 3,200. Right? Now let's go on to the next question. Harsh, 5 percentage points था ना? So 25 plus 5 is 30. पहले 25% था, now it is 5% more, that is 30%. That is how it is 30%. Noise है. Okay, so all of you know that if something increases by x%, we multiply it by 100 plus x upon 100, right? If it decreases, we subtract it. So if you go from present to future, this is what happens. But if we come back from future to present, it will be just the reciprocal, isn't it? All of you know that, I believe. Okay. यहाँ पे हमें उल्टा करना है. We are coming from future to present, right? So for Mrs. Rao, it is 20,000 in present. In the past, it will be how much? There was an increase of 25% in Mrs. Rao's income. Increase. So I'll just divide this by 1.25. And for Mr. Rao, there was a decrease of 33.33. By the way, in certain cases we cannot write decimal. It's better to write fractions because 33.33 in fraction will be giving the correct answer. 25% increase, that means 5 by 4. And this much decrease, that means 2 by 3. I hope you guys understood this point. Yes or no? Is that understood, everyone? So it's 46,000. Well, easy question. Just that I want you to understand that how we are using fractions directly. Okay, this thing is important. The inverse of it, division and multiplication. Coming to next one. हर्ष अभी तो शुरू है, अभी ब्रेक चाहिए. It's been only 20-25 minutes. 2 घंटे तो रुक ही जाओ. While marking the answers, also write which question number is that. But I think question number is not given. Nishan, the class is of 4 hours. Prerna got 5 as the answer. Okay. It was 50,000 earlier. It is decreasing by a certain percent. Let it the percentage be x. So I can multiply this by 1 minus x by 100 for 4 years. I'll just put the power as 4, and this will be equal to 32805. Right? Is the equation clear, everyone? That is the equation. So 1 minus x by 100 will be equal to 32805 upon 50,000 raised to the power 1 by 4. Let's simplify it. Okay, Prerna, got it. So let's divide this. What do we get? 5 6 are 30, 5 5s are 25, 5 6 are 30 again, 5 1s are 5, and here we have 1000. As you can see, 10,000. As you can see, 10,000 is 4th power of 10. So if I take 4th root of it, this will be 9 and this will be 10. So 1 minus x by 100 is 9 by 10. If you solve for x, you will get 10%. 9 to the power 4 is 6561. 81 square is 6561 basically. Cool? Let's do another question. Yes, Sayeda. Ads? Are there ads? Harsh, the pace of the class? Okay. I'll reduce that. That was an easy question. That is why I did it. For this, I'll give you 3. Ashmit, this topic wise, as you can see, it's all arithmetic right now. Yes, either we'll cover all the topics. So coming in between, how is that happening? Because we don't put ads in this channel. Really, a grainy voice. Okay, after this question, I'll talk to some person from the tech. Well, so x and y are two sisters. If x gives y a sum of rupees 20, then x has, okay, let us say that the sister x has x rupees and sister y has y rupees. Okay, to avoid any confusion, I am using x and y only. X gives y 20 rupees, that means y will be having y plus 20, x will be having x minus 20. And x has 40% of the amount with y. So 40% is 2 by 5, isn't it? Let's solve it by cross multiplication. This is what we get, which means 5x minus 2y is equal to 140. Let this be equation number 1. Cool. If y gives x sum of rupees 40, that means y will be having y minus 40 and x will have x plus 40. Then y will have 40% of the amount with x. Multiply this by 2 by 5, again cross multiplication. 5y minus 200 is equal to 2x plus 80. I hope I'm doing it right. So we'll have 2x minus 5y is equal to minus 280. Let this be equation number 2. What do we have to calculate? The value of x. So basically we need to eliminate y. I hope all of you can do that. Right? To eliminate y, I can multiply the first equation with 5, 5 into equation 1 minus 2 into equation 2. And this is how y will be eliminated. Yes or no? Yes or no? Sakshi, this gets automatically uploaded. Tell me, is this fine with all of you? That's okay. You can solve it and you'll get the value of y, x as 60. Chalo, perfect. Cool. Now let's go to next question. $60 was the answer, Rahul. 60. We'll solve this question in one go. So let's say that PNB gave 100 rupees to BOB for 2 years. For 2 years. Alright? And BOB gave this 100 rupees to Airtel. After 2 years, BOB has to give back to PNB 140 rupees. Isn't it? Because it is 20% simple interest. Alright? So this 100 rupees has actually costed BOB 140 rupees. Yes or no? And Airtel, same rate annually, so 20, if you do the same rate, 20% 2 times, Airtel will have to pay 144 back to BOB, right? So overall, BOB has got 4 rupees in this transaction. Is that right? Overall, BOB has got 4 rupees in this transaction, and it costed BOB 140 rupees. So people who have marked 4 are actually wrong. The reason is simple, because it is not 100 for BOB anymore. It has become 140. So A is wrong. And this is a very simple question. And this question can also be done incorrectly the way you have done it. The correct answer is 2, 6 by 7. Clear? ये मत करना संडे को. Okay, next one. Is the pace fine now, everyone? ये आशीष यार मोए मोए ये होता है क्या है, मैं कल से सुन रहा हूँ तुम लोगों से. भरत अलजेब्रा भी आएगा, डोंट वरी. थोड़ा कर लें. इस क्वेश्चन में टाइम लग रहा है थोड़ा सा, है ना? थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है क्या? उत्कर्ष ब्रेक तो नहीं मिलेगा, देखते हैं. हाँ, इतना मुश्किल नहीं है वैसे. Initially the ratio was 7:5. 9 liter was drawn off, and then tank was filled with B. Okay, those things are happening here. ठीक है. Tell me something. Tell me something, everyone. Now I am going to do something really, quick over here. इस सवाल को करने में I look at the time. So the minimum time taken for anyone is 2.5 minutes. And then people take 3, 4, 5 minutes. But this question can be done within 10 seconds. You believe in that? A is to B, the ratio is given as 7 is to 5. Tell me something. Tell me something, everyone. If I remove 9 liter of solution, would the ratio change? Yes or no? If I remove 9 liters of solution, would the ratio change? Yes or no? No, it won't change. Perfect. And the moment they have filled with equal amount of B, that is 9 liters of B, now the ratio becomes 7 is to 9. So in the world of ratios, the increment is of 4 units, which corresponds to 9 liters in real world. Can we say that? Is that right, everyone? Understood, yes or no? Perfect. This 4 units is for what? Is for this one, right? इसके लिए है ये. So 4 units is equal to 9 liters. All right. What does that mean? This total is 7 plus 9 units, or we can say 16 units. So if 4 units is 9 liters, then 16 units will be how much? Will be how much? 4 times over 36 liters. Am I right? नहीं है समझ? Okay. Look at it once more. Look at it once more. See what I'm saying. मैं फिर से एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ. देखो. Even after withdrawal of 9 liter, the ratio remains same. Yes or no? 7 is to 5. This is after the withdrawal. And the moment 9 liters, ये कहाँ लिखा 9 liter? शायद typo है. Tank is filled with equal quantity of B. Okay, that is the typo. So फिर से अगर मैं B मैंने fill कर दिया, how much? 9 liters. So this has increased by 4 units. So this 4 units corresponds to 9 liters. That is fine to all of you. That is fine, right? Okay. Now 4 units is 9. चलो इसको भूल जाते हैं. We are concerned with A. 4 units is 9. What does that mean? That 7 units will be equal to how much? If 4 is 9, then 7 is equal to how much? This 7 is equal to how much? 9 upon 4 into 7. Can we say that? Yes or no? Okay. So we have 63 by 4 here. Clear? अच्छा, ये कब है? वो निकलने के बाद, 9 liters निकलने के बाद. When 9 liter was removed from this, then how much of A was also removed? How much of A was removed? The 7 by 12 of 9, this was removed earlier. This is 21 by 4. So 21 by 4 of A was already removed. 60 by 4 has remained. If I add these two, I'll get my answer. Is that right? So let us add them. 84 upon 4, we get 21 as the answer. Clear? Passion for motivation, अगर आपको लग रहा है वो धीरे करो, आप जा सकते हो. I don't really mind. A lot of students who are asking me to explain again, so I have to go by the majority. Okay, it is democracy. Cool. Let us go to the next question. That earlier something was 20% of total and it is increased by 10 percentage points, so it becomes 30% of total now. That is what 10 percentage point means. Okay, so what can we use over here? We can use allegation, right? We can use allegation, yes or no? After we add 35 liters of water to a tank of diluted milk, the concentration of milk in the can becomes 30%. ठीक है. Here we don't know the volume of milk, neither the volume of milk nor the concentration of milk initially. So I'll just assume for milk the concentration to be m%. We can do that. And the volume to be equal to x liters. Let's assume that, and we can perform alligation over here. So, सबसे पहले क्या हुआ था? There was diluted milk, and its concentration was m% as I have assumed, and it was for x liters. All right. And now 35 liters water has been mixed. This 35 liters has been mixed. What is the concentration of water? What is the concentration of water? What is the concentration of water? It's 0, right? So I am writing this in terms of concentration of milk. So for water it will be 0%. I hope all of you understand that. Clear? It is 0%. The moment they are mixed, it becomes 30%. I'll put it over here. By alligation, I get 30% over here and m minus 30% over here. Is that fine? Which means 30 upon m minus 30, this ratio is basically x upon 35. We'll save this for future calculation. Diluted, हर्ष तभी तो मैंने यहाँ पे m% लिखा. Diluted था, उसमें m% milk था, बाकी सारा water था. So we are writing in terms of concentration of milk. Okay. Try to understand. I'm writing this in terms of concentration of milk. So for initial milk, I assumed concentration by m%, and the concentration of milk in water is 0% only. So we can apply alligation on the similar and like terms. ठीक है? Diluted बोला है तभी तो मैंने m% लिया, वरना सोना ले लेता. राहुल, अगर ये diluted ना होता 100 ले लेता मैंने m क्यों लिया? Because it is diluted. M is less than 100. Do you get that? Got it? Okay. Now, further, 40 liters of water is added to a tank, and the concentration of milk in the tank gets reduced by 10 percentage points. By 10 percentage points. That means now the new concentration becomes 20%. So now, again, if they are doing it, and I'll do again in terms of concentration of milk only. Clear? So now we have x plus 35 liters of solution, x plus 35, and we are adding 40 liters of water to it. So in terms of concentration, this is 30%, and the water is of course 0%. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? जब दोबारा उसने वहां पे पानी डाला, तो अब जो मिल्क था वो x plus 35 liters था, which had 30% of concentration. We have already done that. Clear? And by adding, this has reduced by 10 percentage points, so it becomes 20% now. Now if I solve it, I get 10% here and 20% here. Now the ratio is 2:1. That means x plus 35 upon 40 is 2/1. The moment we do it, we'll get the value of x. That comes out to be 45. Is that cool? Till here? 0% क्यों लिया है? क्योंकि वो पानी में दूध का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है. जब पानी मिला रहे हो तो दूध तो बिल्कुल नहीं मिला रहे. सो इन वाटर मिल्क इज 0%. दैट्स इट. वर्षा सेइंग 40 लीटर्स में 0% वाटर कैसे? 0% वाटर नहीं है वर्षा, वाटर तो 100% ही है, लेकिन मिल्क 0% है वाटर के अंदर. मेरी बात ध्यान से सुनना, एलिगेशन हमेशा आप लाइक टर्म्स पे ही लगा सकते हो. ये कभी नहीं होगा कि यहाँ पे कॉन्सेंट्रेशन मिल्क का और यहाँ वाटर का और तुम एलिगेशन लगा दो. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. You can apply allegation like terms. If you are using the concentration of milk here, you'll have to use concentration of milk here as well. Otherwise, how would you apply allegation? Isn't it? Does it make sense? I'm explaining again. Initially, it was written diluted milk. We did not know how much diluted it is. That is why I assumed the concentration of this solution, which is the diluted milk, to be m% and quantity to be x liters. So I put the allegation, applied allegation, and this is what I got. Further, मतलब ये घटना होने के बाद, अब ये हो चुका है, तो I have x plus 35 of solution with 30% concentration. I added 40 liters of milk to it. In 40 liters milk, water is 0%. In water, did that again. How many of you here are not my previous students? I think they are getting more problem, I believe. ठीक है ना? चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. What happened afterwards? How many more liters of water must be added to the tanks now so that the concentration of milk in the tank becomes 8%? इसका क्या करना है, तो बच्चों का खेल है. Okay. So I'll do this again, the allegation again. X is 45, so this becomes 80 liters, isn't it? That becomes 80 liters, and this is already 40. So now I'll do it here, changing the ink. So now the solution that I have is of 120 liters, and how much water do I have to put? That is something I need to calculate. Don't know how much I have to put. इसका concentration कितना है? 20%. How much water has to be put? We don't know, but concentration will be 0%. इनको मिला के this became 8%. So now if I calculate, I get 12 here and 8 here. So the ratio will be 2:3 now. The ratio will be 2:3 now. Clear? 120 is for 2. So 3 पे क्या मिलेगा? 180. So answer is 180. Is that clear, everyone? The ratio of this to this will be 2:3. So 120, 2 के लिए 120, 3 के लिए 60 times is 180. That is the water. Cool. ये हमने वैसे ही क्वेश्चन दोनों थे, तो भी आई कैन स्किप दैट. लेट्स डू दिस वन. टाइम, स्पीड एंड डिस्टेंस. Certainly, I'll see to that if I can provide the PDF to the questions. Is the question not clear? I'll just read it. Distance between M and N is 19 kilometers. ये A होगा, M नहीं होगा. A driver starts from M at a constant speed towards N. A bike leaves from M 15 minutes later in the same direction. In 10 minutes, it catches up with the driver and continues towards N. After reaching N, it turns around, and in 15 minutes from the starting, bike encounters driver the second time. Find the speed of bike. Point is M and this point is N. This distance is given as 19 kilometers. So driver starts from M and goes towards N. A bike leaves from, okay, so see. Let the driver be here, driver D. This is in how much time? 25 minutes. Can we say that? Isn't it? Can we say that? See, so what is happening? The driver has gone, or 15 minutes baad, someone from a biker is going in the same direction, and in 10 minutes it has catched up with the driver. So driver has traveled for 25 minutes, but the biker has traveled for only 10 minutes. We can say that. So the amount of distance traveled by these guys, the same distance is traveled by these guys in 25 and 10 minutes. So I can write the speed of driver, ratio of speed of driver to the speed of biker will be how much? It will be inverse of time taken by them, that is 10 by 25, or we can say 2 by 5. Am I clear? From the first line itself, we can come to this conclusion that the ratio of speeds is 2 by 5. Cool. Then what happens? It continues, it turns around, and in 50 minutes from the starting. So now this biker will go and will just turn back, and probably it will meet him, the driver, over here. And this all has happened in 50 minutes from the starting. That means this whole is happening in 40 minutes. That means the driver has traveled for 25 plus 40 is 65 minutes now. Can we say that? The driver has traveled 65 minutes and the biker has traveled for an overall Overall, he has traveled for how much? 50 minutes. Right? Is that right? So, the driver in totality has traveled for 65 by 60 hours in terms of hours, and the biker has traveled for 50 upon 60 in terms of hours. Can we say that, yes or no? Right? Is that right? This is the time that they have taken in terms of hours. Preeti, did you get that? बाइकर को यहाँ पे पहुँचने के बाद शुरुआत से 50 मिनट लगे. 10 minutes he has traveled already, the biker. Overall 50 minutes, that is 40 minutes more he has traveled. He has reached N and turned back. So 40 minutes more. So overall, the biker has traveled 50 minutes, but at this point, from this point, he has traveled only 40 minutes, and same with driver. So driver has traveled 65 minutes. Clear? Okay. Now the ratio of speed is given as 2:5. The speed of driver, let it be 2k. So multiply this by 2k, and the speed of biker will be 5k. So if I multiply time and speed, I'll get distance. If I add them, I'll get the total distance traveled by them. Right? Now tell me, what is the total distance traveled by them combined? Driver यहाँ तक पहुंचा और बाइकर ये पूरा पहुंच के यहाँ आ गया. So basically they have traveled total of double the distance, that is 38. Can we say that? देखो ड्राइवर यहाँ तक पहुंचा और जो बाइकर था उसने पूरा ट्रैवल तो किया ही है, साथ में ये पॉइंट भी कर दिया, this distance भी कर दिया. So overall combined they have traveled double the distance. Yes or no? 65 minutes है नेहा. देखो 25 मिनट तो यहाँ हो ही चुके थे, 40 मिनट और तभी दोनों मिले ना. 25 plus 40 is 65. Solve it. Solve for k and 5k will be your answer. Solve it, you get 130 plus 250 is 380k upon 60 will be equal to 38. It gets cancelled, so value of k becomes 6. The speed of driver is 5 times k, that is 5 into 6, or we can say 30 kilometers per hour. Clear, everyone? Clear? Moving to the next one. In 8 hours, a boat traveling at the same speed may travel 25 kilometers upstream and 39 downstream. It can go 35 kilometers upstream and 52 downstream in 11 hours the same speed. What is the stream speed? Akash, I think in 2 or 3 questions will be algebra. Question double कैसे हुआ? क्योंकि जो ट्रक वाला ड्राइवर था, जो भी ड्राइवर था उसने पूरा रास्ता कंप्लीट किया ही नहीं, और बाइकर ने बचा हुआ रास्ता भी कर लिया और पूरा भी कर लिया, दोनों मिला के 38 हो गया. ओके रोशन? आकाश क्या हुआ? अरिथमेटिक पूरा समझ में आ चुका है. I'm going to increase my speed because there are some people who think the speed is low. In the previous question I increased the speed for that purpose only, and if someone has not prepared at all, they might be feeling that the pace is fast. So now I'll just go by a pace in which I will assume that you guys know all the formulae. Okay, I'll go by that pace now. Good. So let me assume that the speed of boat is b and the speed of stream is s. So upstream is b minus s, downstream will be b plus s. While going upstream, that is 25 kilometer, if I divide distance by speed, it will be equal to time. So from the first statement, 25 is upstream, 29 is downstream. If I add the times, I'll get 8 hours. That is the first expression. And for the second one, 35 upstream and 52 downstream, it will take 11 hours to find the value of s over here. Cool. So how can we do after this? क्या करेंगे? Those who have already answered the question, how did you guys do it? Did you assume, there's one way to assume, see, there's one way that we can assume that let x be equal to s and y be equal to plus s. Find the value of, or to make it simpler, you can also assume let x be equal to 1 upon b minus s and y be equal to 1 upon b plus s. तो ये x और y के terms में आ जाएगा. You'll solve for x and y and you'll get the value. This is one of the ways. So how many of you did this way? Let us do that way. So ये बन जाएगा 25x plus 39y is 8 and here I'll get 35x plus 52y is equal to 11. We can solve for x and y by using two equations. We have two equations and two variables. We can solve for x and y, and then we have to solve it again for b and s, and we get the answer. By the way, this will make make our calculation very complex. There are a lot of calculations involved there. So let us do something really nice. Whenever you have something like this, a question like this, I have always seen, see, this is integer, this is integer, this is also integer. All the numbers are basically whole numbers. There is no fractions involved over there. So the most possible thing is that it might happen that these two add up to 8. Of course, this will add up to 8 and this will add up to 11. So I am looking for such factors of 25 and 39 which when added give 8, and factors of 35 and 52 which when added give 11. By the way, 39 is a number in which the factors are 3 and 39. 3 and 39. 3 and 13, right? 139, 313. So of course I cannot take 13 over here. 8 से कम ही होगा. तो ये अगर 3 हो गया और ये 5 हो गया, हमारा काम बन जाएगा. 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 3 can be 8 in what condition? In what condition? The condition is that b plus s becomes 13 and b minus s becomes 5, isn't it? And by assuming this, if I solve here, if I assume b minus s as 5, I'll get 35 by 5 here and 52 by 13 over here. This comes out to be 7 plus 4, 11. Wow. So what we did here has been solved. Clear? This is a very beautiful technique to solve the given question. बात समझ में आ गई? 25 and 35 have 5 common as a factor. 39 and 52 have 13 common, and that is how we are playing with it. Cool enough? We want the speed of stream. So let us subtract, and the answer will be 4 kilometer per hour. Clear? Understood? I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Now let's do the next question. Okay. Here comes algebra. Algebra का इंतजार था. Here it comes. Thirteen was the common factor, Vedika, of 39 and 52. Everyone loves algebra a lot. I've seen that. Okay. So, if k to the power n represents a number k written side by side n times, and this is given for x, y, and z, which of the options will be correct? Yeah, Gaurav, a lot of people have told that to me. See, people are giving the answers directly. And I think I know what you guys have done there. So people are getting B and D as well. Those who got B, how do you get that? See, there's one way. So I have always told that algebra is the easiest in terms of scoring. It can look difficult to people, but it will be easiest. The thing is, you must have done it this way, I believe. But you must have assumed n to be equal to 1. If n is 1, then x will be equal to 6, y will be equal to 8, and z will be equal to 44. Yes or no? Isn't it? So, in these options, we always have x in power of 2. That means we are dealing with 36. 36 plus 8 minus 44 is 0. That means x square plus y minus z will be equal to 0. And we have our answer as option 2. Right? So I think a lot of you must have done it this way. And this is what happens with algebra. The problem here is that we have an option called none of these. So whenever we have none of these, we cannot do it. Because there can be more such expressions in which you will get 0 again. That is the most important thing. None of these makes the question difficult. If it was not there, then we would have marked 2. By the way, there is 2 only. That is there. But here, it's none of these also. So do not do that until there is no none of these. Clear? Agrima says how z is 44 because z, Agrima, that is what means. A number to the power k means what? The number written side by side n times. So 4 to the power 2 is 4 written 2 times. That is 4 4. क्वेश्चन ध्यान से पढ़ना ही नहीं है, बोल रहे 44 कैसे आया? क्या लिखा है यहाँ पे? नंबर 10 n times. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say, that this is a good method, but only when none of these option is not there. So let us do it mathematically now. Clear to all? Let's do it mathematically. So I'll give you both the ways. Okay, so x is 6 6 6 6. How many times? N times. Can I say x is 6 into 1 1 1 1 1 n times? I can say that. I can also say 6 multiplied by 1. Now look at this carefully. Into 10 to the power n minus 1 plus 1 into 10 to the power n minus 2 plus 1 into 10 to the power n minus 3 and so on till 1 into 10 to the power 0. Can I say that? That's in expanded form. Right? Is this clear? Place values डाल दी. Units, tens, hundreds, thousands and so on. I hope this is clear to all of you. Yes or no? $66 नहीं होगा हर्ष and others because it is x square in this expression. Question में n का मतलब वो है जो लिखा है, but expression में वो actually square ही है. All right. Well, look at this now. The mathematical approach. All of you understand this part. This is clear to all of you. So now, this is essentially a geometric progression in which the first term is n 10 to the power n minus 1 and the common ratio is how much? What is the common ratio here? Common ratio is 1 by 10. Right? लगा दो इसमें फॉर्मूला सब लोग. Sum of GP. Sum of GP. So here we have overall n elements because 10 to the power 0 will also be counted. So I'll get 6 multiplied by 10 to the power n minus 1 whole upon 10 minus 1. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? So following the same fashion, we can do it for y as well as z. All of you got that? And 10 minus 1 is 9. Take 9 common. So overall, what do I have now? The value of x will be equal to 6 upon 9 inside the bracket 10 to the power n minus 1. Cool enough? Similarly, the value of y will be 8 by 9 inside the bracket this, and the value of z will be 4 by 9 inside the bracket. I'll have 10 to the power 2n minus 1. Cool enough? Nobody is commenting about this one. Is this clear? Sum of GP. Once you have understood this, the question becomes easy now. Sum of GP clear? अभिषेक इसीलिए दिया था ताकि ये बात भी समझाई जा सके. Clear to all of you? Now what has to be done, as we can see in the options, x is on the power of 2. So basically we are dealing with x square, which comes out to be how much? Which comes out to be how much? But by the way, this can be cancelled out, 2 by 3. So we'll have 4 by 9 times 10 to the power n minus 1. We are dealing with this, this and this. So इन दोनों में 4 by 9 is common. यहाँ पे 8 by 9 है. Probably we can get something. Yes or no? All right. We have 4 by 9 common in these two. So let us add x square and z. I am adding because I have two options. I have an option where z is getting added. I have an option where z is getting subtracted. I have all sorts of options like that. So it's better to use, because two subtractions are there, I'll try to subtract z from x square. Let's do that. Come on, be quick. 4 by 9 is common. Inside the bracket we have 10 to the power n minus 1. And this minus 10 to the power 2n plus 1 is what we get. These two get cancelled. I'll just rewrite this. इसका स्क्वायर लेंगे ना, 10 to the power 2n plus 2. So if I do that, it'll become minus 2 into 10 to the power n plus 1. ये है स्क्वायर एक्चुअली, वो गलत था. Now you can use x square, z and y, this whole x square, this y and this z, to look at which option is the most suitable one. ठीक है, चलो जल्दी से कर दो इसको and tell me what you get. So here you can see that x square and z have 4 by 9 common. It also has 10 to the power 2n common, and we want to eliminate this 10 to the power 2n. Why? Because y doesn't have 2n. तो बिना ऑप्शन देखे भी हम कह सकते हैं कि मुझे z को x square से माइनस ही करना पड़ेगा, because I want to eliminate the second power of 10. कि y में तो एक ही पावर है. चलो, so directly let us subtract z from x square. I can take 4 by 9 common. Inside the bracket I'll have 10 to the power 2n minus 2 into 10 to the power n plus 1 minus this. These two get cancelled, and यहाँ पे 1 plus 1 is 2. Here also we have 2. I can take 2 common. 4 by 9. Let's take 2 common. Inside the bracket I have 1 minus 10 to the power n. This is nothing but minus y. Yes or no? This is nothing but minus y. 4 into 2 is 8. 8 by 9. इसके अंदर क्या है? इसका उल्टा. So basically this is minus y. So x square minus z अगर आप करोगे, and then if you add y to it, you will get 0. So option B is correct over here. Clear everyone? बस एग्जाम में ये बनाना है none of these वाली चीज ना आए. अगर ये नहीं आ रही है तो you can just put n equal to 1 and get the answer. बट अगर ये आ गई तो हमें ऐसा करना पड़ सकता है. अतुल n is equal to 2 3 कुछ भी माने कर सकते हो, doesn't really matter. Sahaja, Atul and all these smart people, I am reiterating that if you do not have none of these, you can do it. It is of course better in absence of that option. Mother, you should not skip it. It's an easy question. Let's try to do this one. Ross and Rachel are running on a circular field. Ross and Rachel 8th point of meeting is equal to their 20th meeting point. If Ross and Rachel are running in the opposite direction and the ratio of their speed is y is to 1, y is a natural number, which of the following can not be the values of y? मैंने अब 5 ऑप्शन दे दिए, हालांकि 5 कैट में आते नहीं है, बट दे दिए मैंने. Why everyone is saying C? Have you actually solved it, or you guys are just trying to copy each other's answers? Okay, so this will involve a very beautiful concept that whenever two people are running on a circular track where the ratio of their speed is a is to b, then in same direction they will meet at mod of a minus b distinct points, and in opposite direction they will meet at a plus b distinct points. I hope all of you know that. Yes or no? All of you know this one? How many of you are not my students? Tell me in the comments. And if you are not, then do you know this or not? You must know this, and this is how we'll be able to solve this question. So y is to 1. Running opposite direction, that means there will be y plus 1 distinct meeting points in this case, in this question. Okay. So for the first option, we'll have 5 plus 1, 6 meeting points. For B, we'll have 3 meeting points. For C, we'll have 5 meeting points. For D, we have 12. And for E, we have 4 meeting points. Is that right? वेब्रत A and B तो कोप्राइम होंगे, रेशियो बोल दिया ना मैंने, तो कोप्राइम तो हो ही जाएगा. आर्यन, तुम तो बैच 1 से हो. Okay, so these all things we know about it, and it is known that the 8th point of meeting is equal to 20th point of meeting. इस बात का मतलब क्या हुआ? Okay, so these are meeting points we have. Okay, now we can try to understand. If there are 6 points on the track, 6 meeting points, तो 8वां point वही होगा जो दूसरा होगा. Right? If this is true, then 6 when divides 8 or 20 will leave the same remainder. Yes or no? ये बात समझ में आई? If there are only 6 points, I'll just show you on the track. Let's say we have only 6 points like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. तो 8 point कौन सा होगा? 7th, 8th. ऐसे घूमता जाएगा. तो basically 6 से divide करने पे 8 को you get 2 as the remainder, and same with 20. That is why 6 can be an answer. So 6 can be a correct value of y. So 6 will be ruled out. Understood? Similarly, 3 से divide करेंगे अगर हम 8 को, the remainder that we obtain is 2 and 20 करने में 2 आ रहा है, so this is also possible. If I do it by 5 से करने में remainder 3 आ रहा है, वहाँ 0 आ रहा है, तो C has to be the correct answer. Rest, for everything you will get the same remainder. Clear? It is such a nice question. It involves time, speed, distance and also numbers. The concept of remainder. Clear to everyone? Nice question, no? One more. Okay. Two sides are 11 and 60 and inscribed in a circle so the area is maximum possible. Which of the following is the area of the circle? Okay. The area is maximum possible. कब हो सकता है? This is basically dependent on what? Do you remember that concept that I taught you in one of the live classes? Cute, simple सा सवाल है. Yeah. So I told you that whenever we have something like this, 11, 60, I hope all of you remember that. 11 square is 121, and if you break it in two parts so that they are one distance apart, 60 and 61, then 11, 60 and 61 form a Pythagorean triplet. You remember that? So basically we have a circle in which a right angle triangle has been inscribed. With one side is 11, one is 60. The last will of course 61 because we know triangle. It is because you know the triplets. 61 happens to be the diameter. Why? Because property circle is that the from the diameter you get a right angle triangle. Clear? And same with the converse of it. अगर वो right angle triangle बन रहा है तो the hypotenuse will be the diameter only. 61 is the diameter, the radius will be 30.5. Such a beautiful question this is. Nice. Coming to the next one. Clear to all of you? Coming to next one. What is the remainder when 6 to the power 83 plus 8 to the power 83 is divided by 49? People have already given the answers. कान के पर्दे फट गए. Why? What happened? वैसे मज़ा आ रहा होगा ना, हर तरह के सवाल हम लोग कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. अगर मैं मैराथन ना भी लेता तब भी तुम घर बैठ के यही बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन उठाए कर रहे होते. बट एटलीस्ट यहाँ पे एक ऐसी प्रैक्टिस चल रही है which is proctored, isn't it? A guided practice. So I think this is helpful. People are getting 0 as the answer, and how did you get 0? Can anyone tell me? जीरो कैसे कर दिया? +1 -1 करके 0 कर दिया. Okay, see, what is phi of 49, the Euler's tangent? This will be equal to 49 times 6 by 7, which is equal to 42. that means 6 to the power 83 plus 8 to the power 83. If I try to divide by 49, this will be the remainder. And if this power is 42, this power 2, I'll get 1 as the remainder, right? Is that right? 6 की power 42 तक तो 1 remainder हो जाएगा. That is something that we already know. What else? What else? I can reduce it to 6 to the power 41 because 42 तक 1 हो जाएगा, and 8 to the power 41 mod 49. अगर ये 42 होता तो यहाँ हमारा काम आसान हो जाता, बट ऐसा है नहीं. जितने भी लोगों ने जीरो कर दिया उन सब गलत हो चुका है. Now I think all of you understand that. I'm really surprised that why did everyone mark zero. I was Nasargi who was the first one to mark the correct answer. अब क्या करें? फर्स्ट स्टेप क्या किया? प्रीति भूल गई तुम नंबर सिस्टम. What is Euler's torsion function? A to the power 5n mod n is equal to 1. है याद? Where a and n are co-prime. हाँ तो 83 mod 42 तो किया है भाई, तो 41 ही तो होगा, या फिर -1 हो जाएगा. Isn't it? But power -1 करने वाले की 1/6 1/8 लिखना पड़ जाएगा हमें, which is wrong. That is why I wrote 41 only. So where is the problem here? If you divide 83 by 42, what do you get? You get 41. इसमें इतना सोचना क्यों है? What next? अब क्या करें? Yeah, Euler number, love, exactly. भाई -1 ले कंफ्यूज तो हो ही जाओगे. -1 के पावर में लोगे, you will get confused automatically. That is something you should avoid. What next should be done? Now tell me. अब CRT अप्लाई कर दें, है ना? चाइनीज रिमाइंडर थ्योरम, ठीक है, वो भी कर सकते हैं. प्रॉब्लम हो रही है ना? So now I'm going to tell you something really beautiful through which you can solve this question directly. Okay? यही फंस गया ना सबने, पता नहीं 0 0 कैसे बोल दिया था. I don't know how. So let me tell you something which is really beautiful, and that is called as binomial theorem. So it's according to it, x plus. Now try to understand this part. X plus, what is happening? Yeah. So x plus y raised to the power n is equal to nc0 x to the power n y to the power 0 plus nc1 x to the power n minus 1 y to the power 1 plus nc2 x to the power n minus 2 y to the power 2 and so on till ncn x to the power 0 y to the power n. देखने में डर लग रहा है, अगर I'll explain it clearly what is happening. We are using the combinations over here. तो हो क्या रहा है? Now you can see that what exactly is happening. If I take NCR, the general term, the power of x is n minus r and the power of y is r, where r is starting from 0 and ending at n. Summation r is equal to 0 to n. This is what the expansion of x plus y to the power n means. Now is it clear to everyone? This second block seems simple. तो x की पावर कम होती जाएगी, y की पावर बढ़ती जाएगी. दिस इज व्हाट द एक्सपेंशन ऑफ x plus y to the power n is. Cool? Is that clear? All of you? And to make it simpler, because is that clear? Yes or no? If I take y as 1, then what is going to happen? X plus 1 to the power n, this will be equal to summation r is equal to 0 to n x to the power n minus r. y तो रहेगा ही नहीं, because y is 1. 1 के पार कुछ भी लगो 1 ही आएगा. Cool enough. If I put y as 1, बहुत सिंपल हो गया. x plus 1 का एक्सपेंशन मिल चुका है हमें. राइट? चलो अब जल्दी से मैं इसको यहाँ यूज करूंगा फॉर दिस वन. सो as you can see, this is 6, this is 8, this is 7 square. So 6 can be written as 7 minus 1 to the power 83. 8 is 7 plus 1 to the power 83. And we have mod 49 over there. And 49 in itself is 7 square. So I can replace this 49 with 7 square. So basically, if I expand this, as you can see, the power of 7 will start at 83 and go to 0. So everything from 7 to power 83 till 7 square will be cancelled out. Yes or no? Can we say that? है ना? 7 की पावर पहले वाले टर्म में 83 होगा, then 82, 81 and so on. So basically all the elements in which the powers of 7 are equal to or greater than 2 will be cancelled. तो रुक जाओ पहले ये तो कर लें. The only thing that will be the in which power of 7 is either 1 or 0. Rest everything will be cancelled. Can I say that? So yes or no? Can we say that? Only 1 and 0 will be left. So 83 C82 7 to the power 1 minus 1 to the power 82 plus 83 C83 7 to the power 0 minus 1 to the power 83 will be left in the first bracket. क्या किया मैंने यहाँ पे? बाकी सब कैंसिल कर दिया, बाकी सारे गायब हो गए. Cool? Is this understandable? 83C अगर मैं 81 लेता तो 7 की पावर 2 होती, वो तो कैंसिल हो ही चुकी है. Is the voice fine now? Let me okay, wait a while. I think the voice is fine now. For the first bracket, for the second, this one, the same thing will happen. 83 C82 7 to the power 1 1 to the power 82 लिखने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, प्लस 83 C83 7 to the power 0 1 की पावर तो कुछ भी रखो 1 ही होगी, बट यहाँ -1 में चेंजेस थे. दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव नाउ. वी कैन सॉल्व इट एंड गेट द आंसर डायरेक्टली. क्लियर? जल्दी बताओ क्या मिल जाएगा? C82 is 83 only. So we have 83 multiplied by 7 minus 1 की पावर even है तो it will be 1 only. Here we have 83 C83 that is equal to 1 and minus 1 की पावर odd है, so we will get -1 over here. First bracket. The second bracket we will have 83 multiplied by 7 plus 1. This is the second bracket. And if I open it, -1 plus 1 get cancelled. All we have is 2 times 83 into 7. Just divide this by 49 and get the answer. Clear to all of you? Clear, everyone? We learned a new technique, and this is very, I would say, beautiful technique and very interesting. Very same time, it has got high utility. Got it, Harsh? I think all of you got it now. So, the last step and get the answer. Tell me, what is the answer now? If I multiply this, what do I get? 14, 8, 112, 42, 1162. Am I right? Have I done it right? Calculation 1162. Divide by 49 and tell me the answer. Asta, this is the easiest method. Devrat, all the other terms got cancelled because all the other terms had power of 7 is 2 or more than that. And if we divide that by 7 square, everything will be cancelled. The remainder will be 0 then for all the other terms. Clear? So if we divide by 49, the remainder is 35. Maza aa gaya? Chirag, no problem. You can just revise this once, just by looking at the video, and it will be very easy. जिन लोगों को देख के नहीं आया उसको एक बार आप लोग ये वीडियो फिर से देख के just do it on your copy, on a notebook, on your own. This will be clear to you. Okay. Next question. One question more, then I'll give the break. No, Pradeep, we cannot do that. Astha, you can skip it. No problem there. 3 दिन बचे हैं, छोड़ दो. अगर नहीं है ये चीज़ नहीं भी आई तो कोई बात नहीं. Binomial theorem. Let's do this one. This is important. स्थिति पूर्ण इजी क्वेश्चंस होंगे 7 से 8. Okay, let us try this one. We have right angle triangle, and it is known sum of lengths of the hypotenuse and the shortest side. Let this be A, B, and C. Let A be the shortest one. So A plus C is given as 64. Length of the other side, that is B, is twice the difference of the lengths of these sides. That means 2 times C minus A. That is what we have. Find the length of hypotenuse in centimeter. Okay. Cool. If you remember, I gave you, I told you technique through which you can find the triplets. That is called Brahma triplets. So, if n is odd, the triplets are n square minus 1 by 2 and n square plus 1 by 2, right? And if n is even, you can use n square minus 4 by 4 and n square plus 4 by 4. All right? We don't know what is n. So let us call that A is n only. Okay? It is odd or even, we are not yet sure. So we'll check for both the possibilities. Let us check for this one. The shortest side plus longest side. The sum of these two is given as 64, and the middle term is nothing but 2 times their difference. Now we have two equations, only one variable, and we can solve it easily, right? Clear? ऐसे ही किया है. Or you can also do it this way, that you can put a square plus b square is equal to c square by Pythagoras theorem. And this is also possible. You can do it in whatever way you want to. Okay, there are multiple ways, but let us do it by observation. Okay, let's do it within few seconds by observation. Now we know, I'm assuming the perpendicular to be the shortest side. P plus H is given as 64. What I'm doing over here, I'm just assuming that let this be 8 into 8. Why I'm assuming that? Because I know that there are two possibilities. There are two possibilities, 3 and 5, which add up to 8 and they give a triplet. So I can assume that P is basically 3 times 8 and H is basically 5 times 8. Once I have assumed that, base will be 4 times 8. Once I have assumed that, I'll try to put in these values here and try to see whether they are correct or not. So length of other side is twice. So difference of 5 and 3 is basically 2. And double of 2 is 4. That means our assumption is right, and that is our answer. Clear? How is that? The easiest approach? You'll be thinking that this is too much of assumption. So I'll make the assumptions simple. See, other side is twice difference of the length of these sides. So the basic Pythagorean triplet is 3 4 5, and in this the difference between these two is 2, isn't it? Isn't it? रुक जाओ अभी देखो. I'm using this trick in another way. I took the whatever triplet you take, basically बीच वाला जो है वो इन दोनों की दूरी का डबल होना चाहिए. इसका वाले दोनों काफी पास होने चाहिए. ये दोनों पास कहाँ पे होते हैं? In the simplest triplet is 3 4 5. If you take 5 12 13 or 7 24 25, so you can see that the difference between the hypotenuse and the shortest side is huge, isn't it? So I'm taking something in which the difference between all these three is very small, right? So 3 4 5 I have taken, and the second line is getting satisfied. इन दोनों difference 2 है और 2 का double is 4, so 3 4 5 is the correct triplet over here. 3 4 5 has to be the triplet, but the problem is that the sum of length of the hypotenuse and shortest side is 64. Here we have only 8. So why it is becoming 64? Because in the question they must multiply it by 8. So let's multiply everything by 8 and get the answer. Is that clear now? ठीक है, तो 3 4 5 लेने का रीजन क्या था? Because in the question they are saying कि पहले और आखिरी वाले ट्रिपलेट के एलिमेंट्स के डबल बीच में होना चाहिए डिफरेंस का. So for that we need something which is all the elements should be close to each other. So I took 3 4 5. हर्ष, हाँ ये क्वेश्चन मैंने ही बनाया है एक्चुअली. तुम्हें कैसे पता? All right. And as you can see, people are getting tired now. No, हर्ष, कर सकते हैं कैट में क्वेश्चन बनाइए ऐसे, बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं. There is no word of caution there. अच्छा, ये हर्ष सामोलिया है क्या? Tanya saying algebra होते रहता है ना साथ साथ. Everything is mixed here. Okay, so how many of you need break? Algebra तो बहुत ज़्यादा की भी है ना हम लोगों ने. I just write this formula because someone told me to write it before break. Okay, so what do you think? What is the best time for the break? How much duration? आठ बजे खत्म हो जाएगा. अभिषेक, ब्रेक ना लें क्या? चलो 10 मिनट लेते हैं. Not more than that, otherwise nobody will come back. The break is of 10 minutes. Okay, so let's start the class now. Everyone, back. My throat. Okay. मैं अब तुम्हें चाय मिल गई मिली भी नहीं. There's no one outside. Everyone is gone. Well, let's do this question. In the given figure, is the figure visible to all of you? I'll draw that again. So it's a parallelogram PQRS. With side SR 1/3 longer than side PS. Point A is midpoint of side PS and point B is on side SR such that angle ABS is equal to angle SPR. Further, if length of BR is 11 units more than length AP, what is the perimeter of parallelogram? PQRS. Okay, solve it. Nobody's answering. What happened? Okay. By the way, by this time, all of us know one thing, that SR is 1/3 longer, so I can assume PS to be 3K and R is to be 4K. So all of you know that, right? 1/3 is 1/3 more. That is 3, this will be 4. Cool. And as A is the midpoint, these two will be 1.5K each. BR is 11 units more than length AP. That means BR will be 1.5K plus 11, isn't it? I hope it's clear to all of you. And if I join P and R, then this angle SPR is equal to angle ABS. Sorry. And angle S is common to both the triangles, triangle ABS and triangle PRS. Okay, angle A is common. Basically, they're similar triangles. Can we say that? The triangles are similar. So BS and PS का जो रेशियो होगा वही रेशियो और किसका होगा? AS and RS का. Is that right? Nobody's answering this one. Is that right? Questions have become difficult now, no? शुरुआत में easy question थे, सब लोग कर रहे थे, and there were some people who thought कि ये पूरा हो ही नहीं पाएगा. Questions are easy, people getting answers quickly. But this is this question is something which is very much CAT relevant. And I cannot get enough answers. 3 answers are there, 4 answers. 4 people have answered and all are different. So BS is basically, what is BS? If this whole is 4K, this is 1.5K plus 11, so this will be how much? 2.5K minus 11, right? Yes or no? So BS, that means 2.5K minus 11 upon PS, that is 3K. This will be equal to AS, that is 1.5K, upon RS, that is 4K. This is what we have with us, and we can get the value of K now. उत्पल खुद सोचो सही है कि नहीं सीक्वेंस? बिल्कुल सही है. Look at the angles, no? 2 एंगल 2 कर्व से खींचे गए हैं. They are same. This K will get cancelled and you can solve it. Tell me the value of K now. What is the value of K? Solve it, you will get 8, right? And we have to find the perimeter. This is 4K, this is 3K. So this will also be 4K. This will also be 3K. Overall 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3. 14K will be the perimeter. K is 8. Let us put 8 over here. 14 into 8. The answer is 112. That happens to be the answer. सिमिलर टू आरपीएस होगा. तो पीआरएस लिख दिया मैंने, क्या प्रॉब्लम है भाई सुचित? अगर मैं पीआरएस लिख दूं आरपीएस को, इज दैट अ प्रॉब्लम? Okay, that way you are saying that A corresponds to R. ठीक है. Basically, this has to be correct, no? Those are 2 triangles. हाँ ठीक है, कर दिया मैंने इसको. Similarity, this thing is correct. Answer is 112. क्या ये गलत है? अभिनव एंड सुचित, BS upon PS is AS upon RS. Is this wrong? Is that what you're saying? Are you sure? सही तो है भाई, क्या हो गया? अभी ना खुद देख लो यार, तुम लोग ऐसे क्यों करते हो? ये है ना, ये और ये एंगल सेम है, इस ट्रायंगल को ऐसे देखो, करना क्या चाहिए, आइडली मैं करता हूँ, इसको हवा में ऐसे घुमाओ और चिपका दो इस पे. The moment you do it, BS overlaps on PS and AS overlaps on RS. Where is the problem? And BA will be overlapping on PR. Right? I think you guys are comparing this and this angle. Here we have 3 curves. This is 2 curves only. It's correct, man. I have made the question. I know it's correct. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Harsh got 40 as the answer. Okay, Harsh, we'll have to check that. How many of you are able to form the diagram? So let the diagram look like this: P, Q, R, and S. Okay. So they are saying QR is extended till point X. Okay, let me extend it. Let this be point X. And then X and P are joined. Let me join them. And it intersects SR at Y and QS at Z. All right. If PZ is given as 12, I'll just change the color now. PZ is given as 12 and ZY is given as 8. We have to find the length of the line segment PX, this whole. I can assume this to be equal to, let it be A. So basically we need to find 12 plus 8 plus A. This is what we need to find, or we can say 20 plus A. This is what we have to find. I have kept it written for reference. That is what we have to find. सचिन इन्फो कम लग रहा है? ओके देखो मज़ा आ जाएगा अभी. क्या किया जाए? Tell me something. Parallelogram है, so this angle is equal to this angle, and similarly this angle is equal to this angle, and this is equal to this. So basically these two triangles are similar. Yes or no? These two are similar. So 8 by 12 is 2 by 3. That means if this is 2k, this will be 3k. Can I say that? Yes or no? Anuj, you don't have to imagine, you have to draw the diagram. Okay, Anuj? CAT preparation iQuanta tag कर दिया. मुझसे पूछ लो, सामने खड़ा हूँ मैं. I am CAT preparation iQuanta. You do not always get the diagrams. You have to create them, right? Is this clear, everyone? 8 upon 12 is 2 upon 3. So 2k upon 3k is what I have written over there. I hope it's clear to all of you. Now, similarly, in these triangles, I can say, see, this angle is equal to this angle is equal to this angle, and this angle is equal to this angle. So these two triangles are also similar, right? Which means 2k upon 3k will be equal to 12 upon 8 plus a. Am I right? अब मैंने स्पीड बढ़ा दी है. ठीक है. K and K get cancelled, and now you can solve it, of course. The value of A will be 10. Correct answer is 20 plus 10, that is 30. 30 is the correct answer over here. Those who got 30, they are right. Cool. Got it, everyone? We have 400 people watching, and tell me in the comments, be quick. Neha, triangle क्या नहीं समझा? This and this triangle, जो white angle से marked है, वो triangle similar है. So 8 and 12 are known. 8 और 12 का रेशियो 2:3 होता है. तो मैंने साइड्स को 2k और 3k मान लिया. सिमिलरली ब्लू वाले जो मार्क्ड हैं, ये ट्रायंगल भी सिमिलर है, वहाँ मैंने सिमिलरिटी का लगा दिया. That's all. Now coming to question number, the next question. This. निशांत कॉन्ग्रुएंट तो होगा ही नहीं भाई. Harshit did not name the triangles for the reason that I use different colors, just to save some time and to solve more questions. Okay Harshit. So जो white and blue colored जो angles है, वहाँ पे तुम्हें triangle दिखाई दे जाएंगे. This is a beautiful question. As you can see, 18 minus 5 is 13 and 12 plus 1 is 13. And we know that a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b, we can use both this for both the values and we'll get something 13 common. So let us solve for these two. Is that right? (18 and 5, 12 and 1). Right? Okay. So basically we got 13 common. I'll use the other thing by the yellow ink. Taking this and this common and this and this common, now you'll get 18 minus 1 and 12 plus 5. 17 common from here. So 13 and 17 have to be a factor. If you multiply them, I get 221, which is my answer. Such a beautiful way of solving this question. This question is actually love. Right? ज़्यादा टेंशन लिए बिना हमने 2 बार खेल किया and we got the answer. Coming to next one. इसको छोड़ देते हैं. This is a very simple question. Let us do something from, yeah. Let's do this one. अरे क्या हो गया? नहीं है समझ. See, blue देखो एक बार तो 18 की power is even, 5 की power is even, so 18 minus 5 and 18 plus 5 both will be the factors. And 12 or 1 में this is 1. I can raise this to power 200. Doesn't matter. So powers are even. The powers are even, right? So basically 12 plus 1 और 12 minus 1 दोनों से ही ये divide हो जाएगा. ठीक? But when I took the blue pairs, I got 13 common in both the blue pairs. Yes or no? 18 minus 5 and 12 plus 1. I got 13 common. So 13 has to be a factor. You're sure about that? In the yellow pairing, I took 18 and 1, 12 and 5. So 18 minus 1 or 12 plus 5 with 17 common आ रहा है. So I took common, 2 common in both the values. 13 नहीं आया. 13, अरे यार ये तो काफ़ी कमाल की बात पूछ ली. Well, छोड़ो, फिर से आता हूँ. A square minus B square. Are the factors A minus B and A plus B? Yes or no? They are the factors. Right? आगे देखो. If it is A to the power 4 minus B to the power 4, this will be A square minus B square multiplied by A square plus B square, which means, and further factorized into, this can be broken down as A minus B into A plus B, and this remains the way it is. Yes or no? This can happen. Yes or no? Right? Is that right, everyone? दूसरी बात, if the powers are even, then also A plus B is going to be a factor. If powers are odd, then also it's going to be a factor. This is what I am using over here. So instead of factorizing it again and again and again and again, what I am trying to do over here, that in 18 and 5, 12 and 1, I got 13 common. Similarly, In 18 and 1, 12 and 5 got 17 common. 13 and 17 have to be a factor. So 13 multiplied to 17 is 221. That is given in the options. That is why I went with B. now it's clear to all of you. आ गई बात समझ में? Sherni, High Hills and others. Cool. So this was a nice question, no? Looks simple and very beautiful. We actually hacked the entire mechanism over here. Coming to next question. I think this needs to be done. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay, I'll just draw this diagram again. We have a circle and from A we have a tangent like this. This is B and this thing is A, this is C. O is the center of the circle. Okay. AB is a tangent. Radius is 27. That means OC is 27 and so is this 27 A dono. And let this be A. Okay. So if AB is 36, it's given, and BC passes through center. Okay, we know that. Then find the value of BC. Cool. You have this in front of you, and you also know in the last one of the classes I told you all the important formulae. So you remember, if you remember, AB square here will be equal to how much? This A multiplied by this whole, that is 54 plus A. You remember that? Yaad aa gaya? AB is 36, let's put the values. 36 into 36 is equal to A times 54 plus A. मैं गेम कर दूं छोटा सा करूं देखो दिख रहा है कि this is A and this is 54 more than A, so I will manipulate this 36 into 2 in such a way that difference becomes 54. 36 का आधा कर देता हूँ 18 और उस डबल जो आधा किया उस 2 को यहाँ भेज देता हूँ, that means 72. See what I did over there. A lot of people would open the bracket, form a quadratic equation, then try to solve. I did some kind of style bazi and did this, and now I got the answer. 36 का half किया, जो 2 यहाँ से निकाला था उसको यहाँ भेज दिया, and we got the answer. 54 plus A, that was BC, वही निकालना था. The answer is 72. Isn't that cool? Yes, Agnik, that's right. Clear, all of you? Now we can do it one more way. थोड़ा सा और भी, because you know I'm very close to triplets. All of you know this. Why not use some mathematical sorcery and try to get the answer? This is O, this is C, this is A, and this is B. What if I join O and A? The moment I join O and A, as we know that from the center there's always make a right angle triangle. AB is given as 36, right? This guy is 27. This is also 27. O is also 27. You can use Pythagoras theorem, or you can use this triplets. This is 3 into 9. This is 4 into 9. This has to be 5 into 9. So 3, 4, 5 ka 9 times kar do. You get 27, 36 and 45. That is what you get. This whole will be 45 plus 27. You got the answer. Clear? $72. Did this way only? Chalo, very good. Let us go to the next question. Algebra आ गया, sequences and series. Anuj, it's possible to solve all the questions, but if you take 3 minutes to solve one question, average should be 2.5. That should be the average. So basically you can solve 16 questions correctly. I am assuming the average in such a way so that I'm assuming that you're doing all the questions correctly. 16 सही कर दो, फिर तो automatically you will cross 99 percentile in quant. So first 15 terms, 15 by 2, 2a plus 14d, because you don't know the first term and the difference. This is what is given in the question. And we need to find some of the first 22 terms, that is, we need to find 11 by 2 times 2a plus 10d. Or we can also write, we need to find 11a plus how much? 55d. That is what we want to find now. क्या है solve करने में इसको? 2 got cancelled. We have 15a plus 105d minus 2 got cancelled. 7a 3 minus 21d. सही है ना? 8a plus 84d is equal to 40. कितने टर्म्स पूछा है? 22 टर्म्स पूछा है. आई थॉट 11 टर्म्स पूछा हुआ है. ओके (22 by 2) है ना ये? This 21 2 so 22a plus 11 into 231d. Now it is correct, right? First 22 terms. All right. हाँ अब ठीक है. Okay, if I divide this by 4, I'll get 2a plus 21d, that is equal to 10. Wow, I got my answer. That is 11 times this, so answer is 110. Perfect. Cool. All of you got that. Coming to next question. So from the first statement, we can get this. N minus 1 times d is 5a. Let us put 5a in place of this. Clear? I hope all of you have done it like that only. So here put, I get 2a plus 5a is 7a. It gets cancelled. So n is 20. Number of factor 20 is 6. The answer is 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20. We have 6 such factors. Chalo, cool. Well done, all of you. Coming to next one. Look at this beautiful question. कैसा लगा ये क्वेश्चन आपको देखने में? Yes, Utpal, can be done through that also. Harsh has got 11 as the answer. By the way, 11 is not in the options also. Okay, Harsh. Nisargi got 8, Sachi got 8, Naif got 8. These are all algebra lovers. Devbrat also got 8. By the way, how many of you are not able to approach this? When I say something has got odd number of factors, that means we are talking about perfect squares, isn't it? Nishant, between my extreme terms are not included. Never. 45 and 293. यहाँ तो फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा इस क्वेश्चन में शांत वैसे. So basically when you have odd number of factors, basically that happens with perfect squares. Only perfect squares have odd number of factors. So what all perfect squares do we have here? 7 square, 8 square, right? Right? 9 square, that is 81. So this is what we need to do over there. 10 square is 100, 11 square is 121. Okay, 12 square is 144, 13 square is 169, 14 square is 196, 15 square is 225, 16 square is 256, 17 square is 289, 18 square will just overflow and will stop here. So highest power of 12. Let us try to write prime factorized form. 7 square, this will be 2 to the power 6, this is 3 to the power 4, this is 2 square into 5 square, right? This is 11 square, this is 2 to the power 4 into 3 square, this is 13 square, this is 2 square into 7 square, this one is 15, 3 square into 5 square, right? This one is 2 to the power 8, this is 17 square. So I have factorized it all. To find the highest power of 12. What is 12? 12 is nothing but 2 square into 3. So we have to find how many pairs of 2 square and 3 can we make. So how many 2's do we have? Let us count the number of 2's first of all. Okay? Rest everything is redundant for us. Number of 2's here are how many? 6 plus 2, 8 plus 4, 12 plus 2, 14. That's all. We have 14 times 2's. Am I right? No. I have left something. 6 plus 2, 8 plus 4, 12 plus 2, 14 plus 8, 22. We have 22 2's. And how many 3's do we have? 3's 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8. We have 8 3's. Yeah, so if I want to make a pair, I can have, if we have 22 2's, then we have 11 times 2 square and 8 times 3. Of course, if we want to make a pair, we can make only 8 pairs because we have only 8 3's. The answer is 8. Sankalp, of course, what do you think? This is difficult or what is it? ठीक है ना? Nice question. This is, I believe. Now coming to next question. X square y is equal to 4x minus 2. We need to find the integral solutions where x and y are non-zero real numbers. Aparajita, you can watch that once more, okay? You like this question? Is it a nice question? I can just write it as how can I write this? X square is equal to 4xy minus 3y, and this will be equal to x square minus 4xy plus 3y is equal to 0. I tell you what, I somehow think that this is going to be the best question of today. I somehow feel that. करें क्या? Okay. So it has got integral solutions. What does that mean? So an integral, that means the discriminant is a perfect square. Yes or no? The discriminant is a perfect square. Right? Is this part clear? For any quadratic expression, discriminant is a perfect square whenever we have integral solutions. Right? Is that right? So, A here is 1, B here is minus 4y, and C is 3y. So basically, B square minus 4ac must be a perfect square. So 16y square minus 12y must be a perfect square. क्या हुआ? कृष्णा एंड हर्ष भूल गए? इफ डिस्क्रिमिनेंट परफेक्ट स्क्वायर अगर नहीं होगा तो सर स्क्वायर रूट नहीं निकलता ना, ये रैशनल आ जाता है. अभी देखो जब मैं दिखाऊंगा तो एवरीबडी विल से हाँ 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 याद आ गया. व्हाट आर द रूट्स? माइनस बी प्लस माइनस स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ बी स्क्वायर माइनस 4ac होल अपॉन 2a. ये तो याद है सबको? ऑल ऑफ यू नो दिस. So if b square minus 4ac is a perfect square, I'll get a square root. But if it is not a perfect square, I'll get irrational, isn't it? Rationally, Keshav, of course rational, but integer is a rational number, no, Keshav, isn't it? अगर इंटीजर है रैशनल तो होगा ही. दुनिया का कौन सा इंटीजर इरैशनल होता है? Keshav, you got that? So if b square minus 4 is not a perfect square, I'll get an irrational number which will not be an integer for sure. ठीक है ना? यही तो इसमें मैं बोल रहा हूँ. This is the most beautiful question for today. I don't know how many of you realize that. Your mind is going to be blown after this question. Seriously, I tell you that. Okay, I can take 4y common from here, and in the bracket I'll have 4y minus 3. This is what I have with me, and this has to be a perfect square. This guy has to be a perfect square. Okay, now what next? मैं मिटा रहा हूँ सारा, and you have to, okay, let me see if I have blank space. Okay, I have a blank space. 4y multiplied by 4y minus 3 is a perfect square. By the way, for a while, let us forget 4y and 4 minus 3. The only thing that we understand over here is that these are any two numbers which are 3 steps apart. As I told you, this is the most simple question. Not only because of what we did in the previous slide, d is a perfect square. It's more than that. Here comes the real beauty. 4y into 4y minus 3. So we are dealing with two numbers which are 3 steps apart, right? Needless to say that at y is equal to 1, I'll get 4 multiplied by 1, which is 4, which happens to be perfect square. So y equal to 1 is, of course, we are going to select this value. That is for sure. Okay? But how do we know? Okay, can there be more values of y? Y equal to 1 तो हो ही गया, दिखाई दे रहा है. Can we have more values of y? Yes or no? There lies the exact real beauty of this question. If we have more values of y, we'll get more answers. Do we have or not? Can we be sure? Can we be sure about this? Anyone? Are we sure that we won't be having any other value of y? Harshit said y is equal to 3. Harshit, put y equal to 3, what happens? If you put y is 3, you get 12 multiplied by 9, which is not a perfect square. 12 into 9 is 108. That's not a perfect square. तो शायद 3 by 4 तो छोड़ ही दो, इंटीजर्स की बात हो रही है. Right, Harshit and Sunandit and Tushar. यही तो problem है. 3 is not satisfying. So how would we know? How would we know? Would we keep on putting in numbers till the time we are alive and get to know that only y equal to 1 exists? Of course not. Or we'll skip the question. What are we going to do? How many of you are sure that only y equal to 1 is possible? Rashid, how do you know that? That there are no other squares possible like that? How are you so sure? Okay, I'll tell you what. Now you have to listen to me very carefully, all 400 of you. 4y is a multiple of 4. All of us know that. The next multiple of 4 is 4y minus 4, then 4y minus 8, 4y minus 12, and so on. Okay? Okay? By the way, 4y minus 4, and what do we have there? We have 4y minus 3 over here. I'll bring that 4y minus 3 over here. 4y minus 3 यहाँ लिखता हूँ. Now can we compare these two? These two are consecutive numbers. All of us know that. Yes or no? 4y minus 3 and 4y minus 4 are one step apart. They're consecutive numbers. And the consecutive numbers are always co-prime. Yes or no? They're always co-prime. The only common factor between them is 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, कुछ भी उठा लो. Is that right? 4y minus 3 is co-prime with 4y minus 4. There's nothing common in between. Not even 4 is common. So if there's nothing common in between these two, then there'll be nothing common in between these two. That means 4y and 4y minus 3 are co-prime. And if they are co-prime, their product would not yield any number twice, and that is why we won't be getting any perfect square. Is that clear? Is that clear now? This is why I told you this question is the most beautiful one. I hope all of you understood that. The last line I'll repeat, Tushar. 4y minus 4 and 4y minus 3 are consecutive. They are co-prime. So between 4y minus 3 and 4 minus 4, nothing is common, not even 4. So of course, nothing will be common between 4y and 4y minus 3 as well. 4 common in इनके साथ. And that is the reason we'll get only one. This is, हो सकता है इतना बिना सोचे भी आप इस सवाल को मार्क करके सही आ जाओ. But yeah, I wanted you guys to understand the real mathematics behind it. And now we know that y is equal to 1 is the only possible case. So let us put y equal to 1 over here. I'll get x square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. So the value of x will be 1 or 3. So we have two solutions, 1, 1 and 3, 1. Answer is 2. Clear? Yes, Abhishek, it will always be perfect square. शिवम कह रहा है हाउ टू फिगर मोर वैल्यूज. है ही नहीं ना भाई, वही तो प्रूव कर रहे थे, देयर आर नो मोर वैल्यूज. व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन? जब अभी तक क्या प्रूव है कि नहीं है और कुछ, तो फिर लोग पूछ रहे हैं कि और कैसे पता करेंगे. ग्राफ क्यों बनाना फरजान? देयर इज नो नीड ऑफ मेकिंग अ ग्राफ ओवर हियर. Making a graph would just waste all the time that you have in CAT. Well, let's try to solve this one. कि 4 उसमें नहीं आएगा. परफेक्ट स्क्वायर का मतलब ये होता है कि सारी चीज़ें दो दो बार आए कम से कम, राइट? So I said not even 4 is common. So if 4 is not common, 4 cannot come over there. That means it can't be a perfect square. Okay Abhinav? I hope you understand that. सिर्फ एक कॉमन फैक्टर से नहीं होगा. 36 में 4 भी तो है, हर 4 के मल्टीपल 4 होगा, बट 3 कम में 4 कभी नहीं आएगा. दैट इज द रीजन. Yes, Nishant, will make difference because x was in the power 2. So negative भी हो जाएगा. I hope Abhinav and Nishant, your query is solved. Or try to solve this question. if I take f 0 plus 8, x as 0 and y as 8, I'll get this to be equal to f1 into f7. Right. Yeah. If I take it f of 1 plus 7, I'll get f2 multiplied by f6. And so on, I'll keep on getting this. F of 4 plus 4 I'll get f5 multiplied by f3. Right? F of 3 plus 5 is also, I will do that. What do I get here? f4 into f4. That is what we get over here. Okay. So we need to find the values of this whole, and multiplication of this whole. So as you can see, that f1 into f7, f2 into f6, all this is coming to one particular element. And by the way, the value of f8 is given as, for this is what we know already. This is what we know already. So if I try to write all of this, f1 into f2, you can see that f4 is getting multiplied by f4, and in the end we have f8 whose value is known, that is 4. Cool. So all of it is equal to basically 4 only. So we have 1 4 over there, and then we have more 4s. Overall 2 to the power 9, that is 512 is the answer. All of you got that, I think. Answer is 512. Kushara log. See, this one is f8. This is f8. We get 4 from here. f8, 4 from here. So how many 4s do we get? 0 plus 8, 1 plus 7. Basically, how many 4s are we getting over here? f1 into f7, f2 into f6. यहाँ पे 2 बार मिल चुका है ये. बाकी हर बार हमें 4 मिल रहा है. So how many are we getting here? From f1 to f7, I'll just write it here. Wait. f1 into f2, I'll write it all of it so that it's clear to all of you. f4 into f5 into f6 into f7 into f8. So 1 and 7, 2 and 6, 3 and 5, they were giving us pairs. The 3 such pairs are there, right? That is 4 cube. f8 itself is 4. And you saw that f4 multiplied by f4 was f8. Isn't it? So this is basically square root of f8, which makes it 2. Now it is clear? Now it's clear to all of you? So all in all, we got 2 to the power 6, 2 to the power 2, and 2 to the power 1. 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9. 2 ki power 9, 512 is the answer. Clear everyone? Option A is correct, not C. Now I hope it's clear. Okay, one last question for today. Fx is equal to, I'm asking you a question, is equal to x square plus 2x plus 4 upon 2x square plus 4x plus 5. You need to find the minimum and the maximum value of this. The minimum and the maximum value of this. Yeah, it's 2x square. Constraint, yeah, of course, x is real, that is the constraint. Sahaja, I think she did it. See what I'm going to do over here. I'll apply the method of least squares. All of you, those who do not know how to do it, listen to me carefully. The quadratic equation, middle term का half करो, 1 बना, उसके square को add और subtract दोनों कर दो. Plus 1 minus 1. 2 का half is 1, उसका square is 1. Plus 1 minus 1 और plus 4 तो लगा ही हुआ है वहाँ पे. Alright. नीचे वाला ऊपर का ही डबल है, isn't it? Plus 1 बाहर निकाल दिया. When I did that, what do I have? This is basically x plus 1 whole square plus 3 whole upon 2 times x plus 1 whole square plus 3 plus 1. Right? This is what we get. Understood? Everyone? Is this understood? Yes or no? जल्दी बोलो. Understood? Tell me in the comments, be quick. Okay. So as you can see, this is perfect square. To minimize it, at max I can just make it 0. So at x equal to -1, this becomes 3. 3 by 7, that becomes the minimum value. And to maximize, if I keep on increasing x forever, if I keep on doing it. So let's say this transforms into a Rakshas. Numerator. So denominator will be 2 times that Rakshas plus 1, and this Rakshas is huge. So इतने बड़े लोगों में इस 1 का कोई काम ही नहीं है. ये 1 बेचारा किसी काम का बचेगा नहीं. It will be infinitesimally small, isn't it? So the only substantial evident will be the Rakshas upon double of Rakshas, that is 1 by 2. So this will move towards 1 by 2, it will tend towards 1 by 2, and 1 by 2 will be the maximum value then. That's all. No need of differentiating or using any kind of calculus over there. Clear? Keep on increasing x, at one point of time it will become so huge कि 1 बेचारा दिखाई भी नहीं देगा ना आसपास उसके. Okay, so 1 by 2 is the maximum value. I hope it is clear to all of you. नहीं मदद, infinity upon 2 times infinity है ना, so 1 by 2 तो हो ही जाएगा. Infinity is just a feeling, it doesn't exist. हाँ कृष्णा, while equal ले सकते हैं, ले लो तुम चाहो तो, बट मुझे लगा कि एक ही स्टेप में कर देंगे ना आंसर को. Deepak, differentiation is not allowed in the ambit of CAT. I can do that, u by v फॉर्मूला लगा दो, बट कोई फायदा नहीं है. यहाँ बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं कॉमर्स एंड आर्ट्स वाले. प्रज्वलित, here only we assume this to be y. y assume कर तुम करने वाले हो, वही मैंने यहाँ पे कर दिया. इसको y assume करके same thing. All right, so I hope you enjoyed. अरे हर्षे लीगल तरीका नहीं है वही भाई. लोग इसको y करने के बाद ये मैंने यहाँ पे डायरेक्टली कर दिया. y लेके वो it will waste some time, no? So I did it by quicker method. Prashant, max part is basically you keep on increasing x. See, this thing is double of the numerator. साथ प्लस 1 है, x बढ़ाते चले जाओ तो 1 2 के नजदीक आता चला जाएगा. Okay then. Okay, chalo. Then we'll meet tomorrow. There is a LRDI session, and day after there will be VRC session. Then there will be a total complete revision sort of thing, and after that there is CAT. All of you know that already. I'll meet you day after tomorrow. I'll see to that. If we start some kind of practice session, I'll share the questions also. So hope you enjoyed a lot of stuff today, and just make me proud now. Bye bye.